All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you've never been here before, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time one of our immigration update videos are uploaded or just any new content is uploaded to SouFLoTV. We upload videos to this channel every single day, sometimes multiple videos per day. Stay in the loop. Green card holders face extra scrutiny and detention at airports. This one is labeled a serious warning to green card holders. First, let us say that everything under the Donald Trump administration concerning immigration should be concerning to you as well if you were not born in the United States of America. That means this does not exclude even people who have citizenship, because there are changes being made out there where your citizenship could come into question based on the things you might be doing. Long gone are the days. Well, it's not that long ago. Most recently, everyone felt as if they were protected. Things have changed. So U.S. Customs and Border Patrol is warning travelers this summer who are holding green cards that they could face detention when traveling through airports. This is not a drill. This is not a guess. This is not a vlogger or blogger speaking into a microphone and guessing what might happen. This is U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or Patrol rather. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol sending out a warning to travelers who have green cards. This summer, you take that little vacation, you're out of the country for a couple of weeks or a couple of days. If you're traveling through the airport, if you're clearing TSA to get on a flight and to get back in to the country, this is for you. You could face detention when traveling through airports. Now, here's what's happening. There's been much concerns following reports that ICE agents have detained individuals returning to the U.S. from places like the Philippines and other places. Most recently, agents actually apprehended Maximo Max Londonio at a Seattle-Tacoma International Airport after returning from a family vacation from the Philippines. We're using this particular case because it recently happened and you can go look it up. And please remember that what is happening to others could also happen to you. This is not specifically to the Philippines. This can happen to you coming from going to your own part of the world. Reports came out that the husband and the father of 3 has lived in the U.S. since the age of 12. Londonio had traveled from the Philippines previously with no problems at all. But under President Trump was his first time traveling. And the agents actually took him into custody for past nonviolent offenses from his youth days. Pulled up his youth record. Londonio has traveled from the Philippines previously multiple times, had no problems. Under the Trump administration, he has problems. He is detained at the airport. So as part of CBP's national security mission, officers routinely determine the admissibility of foreign nationals using long-standing U.S. immigration laws. This is a part of their national security mission. CBP said in a statement, lawful permanent residents or green card holders who were convicted of offenses that were considered to be crimes involving moral turpitude, including aggravated felonies, they can legally lose their status and be removed from this country. And it does not matter if that record was cleared up before and you were traveling after you got that situation settled. Like this individual, this happened in his youth. He's been in the U.S. since he was 12 years old. He is a grown man now, a father of 3. He's been traveling multiple times and never had a problem until President Trump took office. And now, what he thought was a part of his past actually came back to bite him in the ass. So, CBP is letting us know, that's Customs and Border Patrol. For those of you who don't know what CBP is, Customs and Border Patrol is letting us know that lawful permanent residents or green card holders who have these offenses in their past involving moral turpitudes. If you want to go look up what moral turpitude might be interpreted as in the law, because it might sound a certain way on paper, and you might think that has nothing to do with me. I had a small offense, but it had nothing to do with that, when it actually has something to do with that, including aggravated felonies. They can legally lose their status and be removed from the United States of America. And again, this is something that was cleared up for him long time ago. He moved on with his life. He became a progressive, productive citizen, a father, a husband, a working, tax-paying, legal, law-abiding citizen, and still. So crimes involving moral turpitude include offenses such as stealing or grand theft, and or the use or the distribution of any controlled substance. So if you were a teenager, 17, 18, 19, caught with a $5 bag of weed, and it wasn't a felony, but it was still registered in the system, that small offense could come back to haunt you traveling in and out of the United States of America. That is the warning. I guess it depends on if the agent woke up on the wrong side of the bed or the right side of the bed today. I guess it depends on if things are going good in that agent's life today, or if they're feeling bad about something today, they might take it out on you going through the ports. A Homeland Security commercial that's running right now on both radio and TV features Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem proclaiming that under Donald Trump, the United States has been made much safer as murderers and rapists are being deported. However, it's apparent non-violent offenders are also being caught up in this dragnet despite their legal immigration status. Yes, they want to get rid of the rapists and the murderers and the big-time drug dealers, etc. However, those who, like this person, did something when he was a teenager and it wasn't a violent offense and he went on with his life, they are now so meticulously scrutinizing your paperwork that they're pulling up everything from your past. Yesterday we spoke about also the new system they're putting in place, the social media vetting system. That has been added to this. So it is compounded at this point, where you will also have to give up all your social media handles and be exposed in that way. So our message was also remember to be careful what you do or say on social media. You don't have to have a criminal record. You could be a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, but you just have an opinion about certain things that are happening around the world, including the United States of America, or its involvement in anything, and you voice your opinion repeatedly on a certain platform, on social media, anywhere, and next thing you know, you too could be in the same position where you are denied entry or you're stripped of the right to be in the United States of America. So it's apparent that the nonviolent offenders are being caught up in the net, and as things are changing, protesters deemed acting against the interests of Donald Trump's administration, U.S. policy, are also being deported. Let me say that again. Protesters deemed acting against the interest of the Trump administration's U.S. policy are also being deported. I repeated that because there are a lot of people who, every time we do an immigration update, they say, I'm good. I don't have a criminal record. That's why you must never do anything bad, because it can come back to haunt you. Well, protesters deemed acting against the interest of the Trump administration's U.S. policy could also mean those who are on social media simply using your two thumbs to beat the screen of your smart device and typing your opinion out into internet world, and you'll be added to this list as well. Now, this man, Londonia, his wife, Crystal, she expressed outrage of what's happening, of course. So the lack of accountability by the United States Custom Border Patrol, she said, is failing her husband right now. It's failing everybody. It's taking from everyone who seeks refuge here in the U.S. Those seeking freedom and equality is what she said. Some have also expressed great disappointment in the consulate of his country for not helping its people more. Well, there's nothing they can do once the U.S. says they don't want you here anymore. So for that particular situation, it said that they had arranged, or they were enraged rather, at the Philippines government, and they did not intervene quickly enough to fight for his release from being locked up in the U.S. Once the U.S. puts you in lockup, no foreign government can come get you out, right? She already feels like the government has failed her, and she says it's shameful that the Philippines government has failed them as well. Look at it like this. When you're in trouble, my grandparents had a saying, and the saying goes, a drowning man grabs at a straw, or a drowning man grabs at a leaf. What that tells you is, you know, a leaf can't save you. Grabbing a leaf while you're drowning will not allow you to float to safety, but you're desperate. You're so desperate you will grab at every and anything, including a leaf, knowing it can't help you, but hoping, wishing, and praying that it would this one time. So, the message of the day is be very careful out here. Be aware. If you have a green card, whatever this says is in your background could come back to haunt you. Or if you're deemed to be an individual going against the policies of the current president, you could be on that list as well. All right. I'll leave this one right here for now. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this video, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.